Hello everyone, and here we are for another episode and race of F1 My Team. This one, round 7 at Silverstone for the race. As always, qualifying episode will be linked up in the top right. Go check that one out before we jump into potential spoilers. But yeah, if you're going to enjoy the race, guys, leave a like and subscribe for more. We're on the road to 100k subscribers this year. And yeah, we're going to try it and fight back. Now, qualifying didn't go according to plan. We seem to be a little bit off the pace this weekend. This is a very tough circuit to get right, and you know, it's very complicated to beat the AI around here. Last year we had a pretty good race here, but it seems like I don't quite have the balance, and I think I've made some changes on the setup this season and it hasn't quite worked as well, and I think we've actually lost a bit of pace. So yeah, we're starting from P12 out of the top 10 for the first time this season, I think, and we're up against it. So let's see what we can do. There's the championship standings. We've got a decent lead over Verstappen, and hopefully today we can try and do some damage limitation in our one-off red livery for this race. So let's jump into the full grid rundown.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Young superstar Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and Lando Norris lines up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Ricciardo, Stroll, Charles Leclerc and Latifi, Russell, Gasly, Joe and Esteban Ocon, Bottas, Martinez, Yuki Tsunoda and Sainz, Lundgaard, Tigtum, Robert Schwartzman and Nobuharu Matsushita, Mick Schumacher, Mazepin, Giovinazzi. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. And Callum Islet. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head to trackside for today's race.
Now then, here we are for the start of the race, P12, and we've got a bit of an uphill climb to try and turn this one around, I'm not going to lie to you, but I'm feeling confident. We're going to try and do our best. Qualifying was a bit of a tricky session for us, I'm not going to lie, but you know what? I think we can definitely do a good job here today. So, for the strategy, we're going to start on the soft tyre. The reason for that is because I want to be aggressive. It's very, very important in this first stint that we get past as many cars as possible. The more cars we pass, then we can kind of get into the race around the pit stop phase and make something happen, whether it's an undercut or an overcut. We'll see what happens. Fuel-wise, I'm going to gamble. We're going to go for the lowest fuel possible to really push this one and give it everything. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Setup-wise, exactly the same as qualifying. We haven't changed anything, and hopefully the race pace is a bit better like it usually is. This is one of the AI's strongest tracks, so it's not going to be easy, but we'll give it our best shot and see what happens. Leave a like if you're going to enjoy the race. Let's get into it, and let's turn this one around. Right, this is it. Let's make it a big one. 5 lights are on at Silverstone. We're underway. Oh, it's not a good start. The AI also get off to an absolute flyer, which doesn't help. Into turn 1 we go. Got to get on the brakes a little bit to avoid having contact. Going to got the inside of Sainz and Tsunoda to get those places back straight away. Into turn 4. No way through for now as we try to get ahead of Tsunoda here. We're going to go around the outside. We've got Bottas and Ocon side by side into Brooklands here. Maybe we can pick up the pieces, possibly. Ocon runs Bottas wide. On the exit, we're going to try and tuck in here if we can. I think we're lacking a bit of straight line speed already, but here we go into Copse. Bottas gives us the nudge as we got the inside. I'm going to run him out of road to kind of counter that little nudge, and we move up to P11. So we've gained the place. Ocon ahead of us here as we need to try and get stuck in here. This first lap or so is really important before we start getting into higher tyre temps. So we're going to keep the battery switched on. Also staying within DRS range is going to be so key this race. The DRS train is the ultimate kind of, you know, thing you need around here to really have a good race. Nicely done through there, closing in an Ocon nicely. Good exit out the final corner. Let's try and get stuck in if we can. Up the inside we go into turn 3. That's the only time I'm going to get that move done because I struggled to go flat out through turn 1 on hot tyres. But we're into the points. P10. Good start, good recovery as well after losing out to Sainz and Tsunoda off the start. Let's see if we can try and keep chipping away here. Guan Yu Zhou is the next car in the McLaren.
Okay, the incident has been cleared. Let's get back up to racing speed.
Got a yellow behind, I think. Something happened.
DRS is being enabled this lap. We can use DRS when you are within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
Looks like one of the Aston Martins went for a spin, but they've got going again. As DRS is now enabled here. Trying to get stuck in here and have a look at Guan Yu Zhou, but I think we're lacking a bit of straight line speed from what I can tell early on. I think we might be in a bit of a train situation here. I'll see if I can make some progress, but I don't think it's going to be easy. I'm also trying to manage left rear tyre temp, mainly. That's the one I'm worried about. Working hard here to try and have a look at Guan Yu Zhou, or Zhou Guan Yu. Can't quite make it happen. I'm pretty quick on the straight towards the very end, but I lack so much in pure acceleration at the start of the straights that I lose too much ground. You'll see here what I mean. You'll see Zhou just absolutely drive away at the acceleration zone. And then only when we hit 8th do we start to pull him back. Okay, we're starting to struggle now with tyre temp. Overdriving, trying to get past. Zhou has started to hurt our tyres a little bit. Not ideal, as the two left-sided tyres are starting to hurt. Can't do much about that. I'm relying on maybe some battles for the lead or up ahead for the podium. You know, Verstappen being on mediums, that could be a way for some battles to happen, but I'm starting to struggle with the pace now to hang on with these guys.
A new strategy is available on the MFD. Copy.
I don't think we're going to go that late. That feels a bit too late to me. We're probably going to go earlier. Oh, we just get a warning down. I'm also dropping out of the 1 second range. The AI are pushing hard now. Their pace is very strong as Ocon tries to have a look. We're going to just edge him out in the speed trap right at the end of the straight and get back ahead, but I'm struggling to hang on to Guan Yu Zhou here. DRS could be lost. The minute we lose DRS, I'm probably going to pit. That's what's going to happen. I think the latest I'll pit is lap 8 anyway. I need to get on that medium tyre. We're going to pit this lap.
Right, come in at the end of this lap.
This is going to be the lap where I lose DRS. I don't have the pace to keep up. So before we start taking big damage in traffic, trying to desperately, you know, swim with sharks, we're going to box and get the mediums on. Ocon's going to be closer. He's going to be a threat. We're going to have to maybe defend. I'm hoping we've got enough juice on the straight, but I don't think we do. We're going to have to defend. Not really what I want to do, but Ocon goes through on the inside. Let's pit then and get out of this. Don't speed. There we go. Right. Not really any adjustments we can make on the setup. This is what we've got really, pace-wise. I'm just kind of banking on a repeat of last season, where the medium was a much better race tyre because of the tyre temp, and I could push a lot harder. That's all we can really do, really. I'd like to go hard on the front wing, but I feel like the car's going to be too unsettled and too unstable. So, yeah, we're going to keep it that way. My straight line speed also isn't great. Here we go.
Complete, go now.
Great stop, 2 seconds on the nose. The pull away was good as well. Sainz has already pit for hard tyres. He's lost a bit of ground, so has Schwartzman. So, a few cars struggling as we rejoin.
Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
Man, I hate that pit exit. Anyway, back on the way. Let's get to work. Let's try and make some progress here. Right, Gasly pits, and I'm assuming more cars will be in as well. Pace hasn't been too bad. Car is very unstable though on these tyres. I don't feel comfortable with the back end. Having said that, the pace is not bad. 24.5 last lap. We're about 3/10 off my PB, and that's without DRS. So we're probably quicker actually than we were on the softs if we had DRS. Let's see though, cars in the pits. We're going to be racing probably cars on pit exit. I probably have lost ground compared to who I was racing because of the DRS train effect, but I just had to pit. I couldn't stay on these tyres, well the soft tyres in this case. There's Ocon leaving the pit exit, so we're ahead of him, so we're not too far off actually. That's not too bad. There's Stroll and Latifi. Let's see if we can get in with these guys. Right, more cars in the pit lane. Let's see how this works out. We're already losing ground to Stroll and Latifi because of the DRS effect. Again, very consistent, good pace. Let's see who's around us when we go through turn 1 and turn 2. It's going to be close with Bottas, but we're ahead. So I don't think we've actually lost any places, to be fair, compared to where we were. We're just not in the DRS train, which is frustrating. But that's the reality. We're not quite there yet. 23.8, fastest lap of the race from Lance Stroll.
We should start saving on fuel. Lift and coast, please. Lift and coast.
Fuel isn't a concern, but there we go. Back into the top 10, back into the points. So overall, the strategy hasn't really worked out. We haven't really gained or lost anything. I was out of DRS before, and I'm out of DRS again. Shame, but I can't see much happening in this race. It's crazy how important DRS is to make progress around here. The leaders, though, just up ahead into Luffield right now. Latifi 23.6. That kind of says it all, really. That's where we're losing time. These guys ahead just pulling so fast, so hard with their pace. Ocon closing in, he's going to go for it. Side by side. Banging tyres. This is exactly what we don't need. It's going to cost us even more time as we outbreak ourselves a little bit into the final chicane, but we stay ahead for now. If Ocon and Bottas could battle, that'd be fantastic. It'd just help me forget about my issues, and there we go. Bottas might actually go for it on Ocon here. I just need them to drop out of my DRS, and then we'll be fine. And there we go, they're battling. Tsunoda getting involved as well, so we can forget about those guys for now, hopefully. 22.7 from Verstappen, he's out front. And leading now on the soft tyre, he's done his pit stop. He's going to dominate this race. I've got nothing at the minute, so unless it's a safety car, it's race over for us. And Bottas is actually closing in on me. I've got no more pace in this. I'm super consistent. I'm doing low 24s every single lap, but I've got nothing more in the tank. This is all I have. Well, here we go then. Bottas has DRS. Pushing like a madman, but I've got nothing. So we'll see how we get on. I'd love to get a point and hold on if possible. I'd love a safety car right now even more, but I don't think that's going to happen. The top 10 are literally, well the top 9 in this case, are literally not battling whatsoever. Not one bit of wall-to-wall action. Crazy.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Yes, don't really care, Jeff. Not really important to me right now. Valtteri closing in here, but I think I've got enough. Straight line speed-wise, I don't think Valtteri's that fast. I think I can actually keep him at bay. I'm still pushing on for a personal best this lap. Literally just trying to push everything out of this car at the minute. I don't think my pace is actually that bad. I think I'm faster than a lot of cars ahead of me, but not having DRS around here really hurts. Oh no, second warning I think. Or first warning, I don't even know anymore. Here comes Bottas though. Down the inside, that little bit of oversteer cost me. I was pushing hard on that lap.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
Oh, damn it. Damn it. Penalty. Game over. Oh, this is frustrating.
You've been awarded a time penalty for that last incident.
Okay, so I'm going to go for something different here. I'm not going to score points this race. So, we're going to box.
Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
And we're going to go for softs, and we're going to try and take away Verstappen's fastest lap, so he doesn't get the extra point. That's what we can do really at this stage. Our race is done. So, let's get the soft tyre on. Let's try and take away the fastest lap, which I think is a 22.7, if I'm not mistaken. So, it's going to be tough. I don't feel super confident we'll beat it, but we're not going to do anything in P11 anyway with the penalties, so we may as well try and take a point away from Verstappen if possible. So let's go ahead and do that. Hopefully we can achieve it.
Go, go, go.
1.8, that's a record pit stop. If there was ever one in this game, I've never had one that quick before. Not that it matters. Anyway, I'll make sure to give myself some space on track. Don't really want to battle. Back on the way, we're going to be in the thick of it here. Ooh, Verstappen sets at 22.3. He's probably seen what I've done and he's raising the stakes. That is going to be a very, very tough lap time to beat. Let's see what we can do. I don't think it's going to happen. Verstappen did a 22.2 on his last lap. Across the line though, yeah, nowhere near.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
Well, they've done a brilliant job, I must say, under some intense pressure to take a well-earned victory here at the British Grand Prix. Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result today?
I think that smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely assisted in their victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everyone at the team.
Well, there we go. A race to forget. A home race to forget. My God. I think I went a bit too tough on the difficulty. I think I was only one higher than last season. I think I done 102 last year. This year was 103. So it just goes to show, man, one click on the difficulty is very tough. Qualifying was a 98. I think last season I done 96 and 102, or maybe even 96 and 100, I'm not quite sure, but I wanted to challenge myself. I've noticed this season that I've been able to run high difficulties and still be competitive, so yeah, that's kind of the real reason why. But you know, overall I still thought I lacked a bit of pace. I wasn't fully comfortable with the car. Whatever my setup was last season, I think it worked better than this one because I just didn't have the balance right. Struggling with overheating, which wasn't an issue last year, and also I was really unstable on the rear on the medium tyre, which again, that was the problem last season. So yeah, Verstappen wins, fastest lap as well, and pole, so he gets the Grand Slam, so fair play Max, well done mate, and that is a big one for the championship. Lando P2 ahead of Ricciardo in P3, so Red Bull got big points today in the Constructors. Leclerc P4, Russell P5, Gasly up to P6, but still not quite enough. Stroll, Latifi, Zhou and Bottas round out the points, with Tsunoda missing out along with Ocon, Lundgaard, Sainz, Giovinazzi, Ilott, Matsushita, Tictum, Mick Schumacher, myself. We've done a 22.8 in the end, which is still 6/10 off Verstappen's lap, which is absolutely bonkers. Mazepin and Schwartzman at the back. Standings, we're in second, 2 points behind Max, who retakes the lead. Just when we started to get a bit of a gap, Max fights back in a very, very strong race. Gasly P7 still in the championship as we look at the Constructors. We're 26 points behind Red Bull now, so work to do again. But yeah guys, that's it from me here today for the race at Silverstone. Disappointing, but it happens, it is what it is. We tried to get the fast lap, also didn't quite achieve it, so maybe the difficulty was a bit too hard for us this race. But anyway, leave a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more, and I'll be back again soon for another episode. As always, a massive thank you to the channel members for supporting the content, and finally, check out the 2 videos on your screen if you haven't seen them already. But that is it, and I'll see you all in the next one. Have a good rest of your day, take care, and goodbye.